Wine's becoming more and more popular today, but let's be honest.
Wine can be intimidating.
And expensive.
But it doesn't have to be.
We're four wine enthusiasts that have found that great wine can be found at your local grocery store for $12 or less.
Each week, we taste a bottle and let you know our thoughts.
I'm Tabby.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Mary.
And I'm Dez, and we are your Cheap Wine Club.
Hey guys, it's Cheap Wine Club. I'm Tabby.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dez. Welcome back to the Wine Club with no fees. And yeah, two of us got haircuts. But which two? It's me and Tabby. That's the answer to the question, pretty clearly. Andrew shaved his head, but no.
But
that's
the
a wig
wig
now.
is so like
So welcome back, guys. For you guys, it's only been a week, but for us, it's been months since we recorded, so we're really happy to be back this week. We're going to be tasting a 2017 Argentinian Malbec called the Tall Dark Stranger. It's going to be weird saying that we're tasting a Tall Dark Stranger, but before we even get into that, I have a couple of trivia questions because they're both pretty quick. The first one is, how many ounces of wine are in your average bottle?
Okay.
And we actually started but realized Andrew's mic wasn't on.
Right.
So before I told you guys that I thought this was an easy one. That's why I prepared two questions because
I did not know that was
ounces?
common knowledge.
Okay, let me think
I could
about
say
this.
it was 750
I'm going
mLs.
to say,
I know that.
I know
But I
what
don't know what that
32
is.
ounces looks like.
oh, I meant milliliters, not ounces. I'm so sorry. I meant milliliters, not ounces.
Milliliter?
Number
Yeah,
sounds
ml.
really familiar.
Oh my word.
Oh,
You literally just said it. Yes.
No,
so you knew the correct
No.
answer.
You did. How do you know that?
because I looked at
550.
a lot of wine bottles.
Close, but not even close. It is 750 milliliters.
yes.
750
Now that you
ounces
say
would be
that.
huge. So that's kind of my bad. But so the follow-up trivia question to that is, how many pounds of grapes does it usually take to make a bottle of wine? So
One
this is on
bottle.
average, a single
lot.
bottle.
I would say a lot.
That's not a good answer.
That's my answer.
I mean, like, it's
lot.
not. It's a
That's
fine
the-
answer. It's just not complete.
No, that's the official answer. A lot.
No, I'm going
Yeah.
to give it a go.
You call someone. Can I have 12 lots of grape, please? I'm going to make a case of wine.
You could say a lot full. It would just depend on what size your lot is.
Right, so let's determine that.
A lot of land.
A lot of them. I'll take the whole lot of the grapes.
How many pounds of grapes for a bottle?
20.
You buy a pound at the grocery store.
You say 20.
I say 20.
Okay, you buy a pound at the grocery store.
So I'm trying to
I know they harvest
squeeze-
in
I feel like
in
that
the
would
tons.
be squeezed into a cup of liquid. And so
But tons
How
make
many
maybe
cups are in a
like
a
15
bottle?
barrels. And
You know what?
how many cups are in a bottle?
don't know.
750 milliliters.
I don't know the US
Okay, I'm gonna guess.
measure. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I
guess.
guess one,
We're American.
2,
We don't metric.
3, 4. I'm going to say 6 pounds.
6 pounds. You're way closer than his stupid
Really?
face. Yeah. Well, according to this wine trivia website, it's an average of 2.5 pounds of grapes to make one bottle of wine. But the actual question for you guys today is one that I came up with because I actually was talking to my students about this recently. What's the most afraid that you've been of getting in trouble? Not the worst thing you've ever done. So this isn't like you did a very bad thing. This was just the most terrified you were of getting in trouble. So you may have been when you were a kid and you did something trivial, but you were just horrified that you were going to get in trouble. What's the most, for me, I mean, there are so many times that at any given moment when my mom said, just wait till your father gets home. I was like, oh no, oh no.
What would your dad do when he did get home?
Nothing, really. I mean,
There's a threat that was more scary.
more than anything, my dad just had this like ability that he wasn't much of a yeller. It was that stern, the way that he just, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
It's the worst.
Disappointing.
Oh, my soul.
I know. We're all the same. Like,
We're all the same.
the three of us. I mean, like,
End of statement.
when I was told... Can't you tell?
Yeah,
In
we're
so many
triplets.
ways.
It's-
So anyway, what I was going to say is, like, not everybody's like that. If you say, I'm disappointed in you, like, some people, that's like, oh, okay, you know. But for me and you, and apparently now you too.
Oh, man.
That's like the worst things to make it.
Yes, absolutely. Because for me, it's like the punishment comes and then goes, but like you know that disappointment is going to last forever, and like you're gonna have to make that up. You're gonna have to regain that, and just.
So, well, for me, I mean, other than that one time that I left that sponge in the patient, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Just kidding. I've never left.
We're gonna get a really good shot of me in that camera of me being like, what?
I've never left anything in it. I don't do any like real surgeries, so.
He only does pretend ones. Tabby comes home and he's there with like a ham, like, all right, scalpel, doctor. His sons are there handing him like a butter knife.
I think probably there were a lot of things I did while my parents were napping or away from the house.
He was like perfect child.
Except for the time I put a foil ball in the microwave.
See, I love that.
And broke it.
What makes you not a good kid is the one time you put foil in the microwave, not the one time you got arrested, like me.
Right. I think you did. Generally speaking, yeah, I was a pretty good kid. But I did a lot of experiments at home that were not good outcomes. Like the time I shattered the Pyrex. Maybe that
Flour all over the kitchen.
Threw a bucket of flour, a tub of flour across the kitchen, and it
You were a
exploded
strong
all
child.
over the kitchen.
I just picked up a bag.
Yeah, I was right. I was probably 12 at this point.
Whoa, you threw a tub of flour across the kitchen at 12 years
And my
old?
sister. Yeah.
Not out of anger, right?
No, I thought she'd catch it.
Yeah. Hey, Emily, catch!
And so it went everywhere. And I did get in trouble, actually, but I was...
Really?
Because I cleaned it up really quickly. But I was
But it's the fear of getting in trouble.
Yeah, gosh, I mean...
Okay, my turn.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got?
One that sticks out in my mind is when I was a teenager, and Andrew and I were dating, and I lied to my parents that I was staying at my best friend's house overnight, and I totally wasn't. I spent the night at Andrew's house.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just want to put out there, though, that it was completely innocent. We were...
Yeah, but that's beside
Doing homework
Yeah.
the whole night and,
honestly,
and reading Bible verses to each other. They were praying.
I mean, we probably made out, but it was
Right.
that was it. And I just spent the night there.
Yep.
Got caught by so my father.
Did your parents know?
Yeah.
No,
And they were cool?
They knew
Yeah,
that I
because
stayed
she
the
had
night.
been...
Right.
We had,
They
like,
didn't know that I lied to my
She was
parents.
over to watch a movie with our family or something.
Okay.
And it went really
Got
late,
it.
and she was like, can I just stay here? And they were like, is it okay with your parents or something? And
Yes.
she's like, yeah. And so
I lied.
it was like, yeah, you can just sleep upstairs, and which is where the main living area is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
that sounds strange.
my father's wife, she was like a nurse doing rounds at a nursing home, and my best friend's mom works at this nursing home, and she runs into her the next day.
Oops.
The next
Oh,
day.
no.
And she's like, my dad's wife said to my best friend's mother, you had like something like, you had a visitor last night, how'd it go? Or whatever. It was me, it was supposed to be. And my friend's mom's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So totally caught me. And she called me.
Oh, no.
She called me. She just called me. She said, did you have a good time last night?
Did you know at that point?
Oh, yes, I knew it. Yes, I had a great time. Oh, my heart was just like boom, boom, boom. Because, then she was going to tell Dad. But I went ahead and told everybody that I lied to. I called my friend's mom and I apologized to her. And
Good for you.
it was very traumatic.
Yeah. I don't think I have any really good stories.
Really?
No, I'm
such a
serious. He
rule
was a
follower.
good kid. Like,
No.
ask his parents. They're
And to be honest, I was such a rule follower, and
Perfect
then
kid.
when I wasn't, my sister would take the blame for me.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, Emily, like on multiple occasions, my parents would sit us down and do sort of like the. Have you ever heard that story about the Nazi war camp where they said?
I like that you're comparing your parents to Nazis right now. This is good. This is real good.
There was a missing shovel, and they said, "Who stole the shovel?" Because and then we're gonna kill all of you if we don't find out who, or not give you any food or whatever. And so one guy finally said it was me, and they executed him. And then they went back to the barracks or whatnot and did a recount, and there were no missing shovels. Oh. And so he totally took the blame just to save everybody else.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, the very similar story.
No,
took it way
that's
down.
dark. Sorry, man.
Well, it's fitting
just
for
like
their
my
wife.
parents.
I'm realizing now, not the thing to compare them to. But anyway,
I know Andrew's parents. They're great people.
there were a couple of occasions where they sat us down because they found writing on the bathroom walls or whatever and threatened to execute all of us.
Yeah, and Emily
would say, "It was me."
me.
She really would
No, please clarify that your parents were not threatened to execute
Yeah, I
anyone.
know. Please, they're terrible.
They would not.
Actually,
Of course not. They would.
That's a really
they would
bad
just
joke.
be like, "Hey, it's you're who did this or whatever," and she would say it was me, and I would just sit there and be quiet.
Oh, you
At least a couple.
Yeah, it was. Emily, how dare you?
I mean, I never endorsed it, but I never said no.
We did bad things,
Interactions.
but we owned up to it.
I
We
know.
did. Look at him.
I know. Trust me, and I'm not
gonna let him live this
to
down.
Emily. I mean, to Sarah, it'd be one thing. Just kidding. But seriously, Emily is like this, I don't know, dough of a person,
sweetness.
sweetness in a cup.
Why do you guys hold her like this?
Because that's how it is.
What is she?
She's like chai
like-
tea.
She's like what is this? A kitten,
I don't
maybe?
know. Like
a good-
you have to be very, very careful
Like a very,
with her
because
she
like
will
a
just
Pinot Noir.
give.
It's like it's like
Yes,
a
just
Willamette.
like a-
Why isn't that's the one that I really get? I'm like, oh, that makes
I know.
sense.
Eventually you'd get there, right? So I feel bad.
For me, okay, you asked. I say arrested because it's easier to say than brought home in a police car.
Yes, please tell me this story.
I wasn't like arrested. With no
Arrested
handcuffs
sounds
or
better,
anything like
to
that.
be
And
honest.
so, and this isn't like a goofy story. This is just me being an idiot when I was a kid, and I thought I was cool. And so it was not uncommon for my friends and I to, after junior high got out, we would go to the elementary school, and if there were any bikes left over that were unchained, we'd just take them and just wreck them. We'd ride them around for a little bit, and then we'd just jump on them and bend the spokes and
Being stupid kids.
and just be stupid kids. And we probably did this 2 or 3 times, and then the final time, obviously, somebody was watching us, and we're like, "Oh, well, we got to go now." And then that person told the school, and the school called the police, and the police, the school had surveillance, and we all went to the office, and we're like, what's going on? What is it? What's happening? And they talked to us, and they're like, so, you guys spend any time at the elementary school? We're like, oh, no. But so vandalism, there was an actual crime.
Yeah.
And so the police were there, and we tried to lie about it as much as possible.
Really?
Yeah. So finally they were like, guys, we know it was you. Stop
man,
it.
oh,
And
man.
so I got brought home by the police that day.
That's a good scare.
Were you
Oh.
more afraid of the police coming or of being brought home?
Brought home
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Me too.
The police, because I know I was going to get arrested or anything like that. No, I was grounded for 3 months. So yeah, 3 months. Didn't leave my house. No video games. I got to watch TV only with the family. I got off at 2 months and 1 week for good behavior.
Wow.
But
Parole.
and then
You made parole.
and one of my exactly, I made parole. And then one of my friends, my dad straight up said you can't hang out with him anymore. And it was probably 6 months until we convinced him can we please start hanging out again? And so we finally got to start hanging out again. And
Did you go back to your old ways?
Or was that your turning moment?
we never did that again.
Just other vandalism.
Yeah, really, it was. Look, I was a real bad and dumb junior higher.
That was not your turning moment.
No, that was
Okay.
not my turning moment. My turning moment was I moved. And I only moved a few miles away, but when you're in junior high, a few miles might as well be the world away.
Right.
So that was the turning point, really. And then I accepted Christ, you know, and I became a good Christian man. So that's not as funny of a story as the other ones. That one's a little more serious. It's a look into the past of Des, and kind of just who I was before I met Jesus. So you should hear more about that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so but back on to what we're doing here. Tall, dark stranger. What do you guys think about this? Let's head around. Andrew, we're going to start with you. What do you think? Actually, no. Okay, so let's go out of 10. Out of 10, like fingers, like this, like the tisking fingers. That's what we'll have on the screen right now. Yeah.
Out of 10
so
fingers.
out of 10.
Oh, hold on. Let me taste it one more time.
Okay.
You can cut this if you want to.
Thank you for permission. I appreciate that.
I'm actually in charge.
Wait, I'm marking permission.
I'm not super familiar with Malbecs, but I think I would give this a 6.
Yeah? All right. You gave it a 6. Why a 6?
Okay,
Why?
yeah,
Go.
that's why.
Because 7 is what everybody gives when you ask what you vote for. Like, that's what, I mean, if you look at bell curves, right? So,
true.
I tend to be like that. I'll give a 7 if I'm like, I don't really know. But
Fox and I had to talk about that on my other YouTube channel. Anyway, Fox and I had to talk about this where he has always been like 5 is the middle because you know what? 5 is the actual middle.
see, 5 to me feels like
I agree with you.
demoted.
I agree with you.
know?
And I've actually had to change my opinion on that.
I think it's part of the American education system where 70% is like you kind of
Your
need to
C,
be above
it's your
that.
middle of the
Just
ground. Yeah.
barely passing.
So, anyway, so to me, 7 is not great. But anyway, yeah, I think it's drinkable. Like, I enjoy it, actually. I don't know. Apparently, you guys don't, based on the reaction I just got. But
No.
Nope.
I don't think
You
it's...
Okay.
Anyway.
No. Wait, let him finish.
So 7 for me is
I'm probably
the
with you.
kind of starting point, and that's where I go from there. So keep that in
So
mind.
it's below average, you would
Yeah,
say?
to me, it's like, yeah, this is good. I like it. It's not like blowing my socks off, though, or even maybe average, I would say. I think it's maybe
Okay.
just a little bit low, but I don't want to, like,
Well, what notes are you getting from it? What are you talking about the wine
well, I thought you
itself,
just
my
wanted
friend?
the points.
No.
Andrew,
That's for points
just do
earlier.
it.
Why are you giving the points?
Yeah, okay, so I think it's pretty, it's fairly soft and nice, which is what I think a Malbec tends to be like,
Right.
at least in my experience.
It's
when I've
blended
had
with a
good
lot.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has a soft mouthfeel, which is nice. It doesn't have much
Body?
interest to me, though. It doesn't have particular notes that I'm picking out that are like, yeah, that's really intriguing or anything like that. It's just kind of a fuller, soft wine, which is nice, but yeah,
All right.
that's my thought.
Tabby, what do you think?
I really like it. I would give it 8 or a 9 for
Whoa!
for
8.5.
Such a jerk.
for a grocery store wine.
See, I was from the first episode. We said that he would be worried about his rating. It's not that it's his opinion. He's a jerk. It's your opinion, Andrew. It's fine. You weren't a fan of it. Go ahead, Tabby. I'm such a jerk.
I just hope this is made by like some big company and not like one little
Fred
guy
is in his house right now. He's like,
7 is good
Think
though.
about this way too much.
he said 6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
You are a jerk.
You looked at me when you said that.
I've been waiting to tell you that for a while.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with anything. You're a jerk.
Okay. Yeah, for a grocery store wine, I think it's excellent. Me personally, I get a little bit of like unripe blackberry.
Mm-hmm.
Like not quite ripe enough, so it doesn't have a super ton of berry flavor, but it's a little bit dull in that way, but I don't mind that. I like that. And at the finish, it was like the aftertaste of drinking 100% juice, grape juice.
All right.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Just a
And
juicy.
a bit of sweetness, but it's still tanniny.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get with this. And I really like that, though. I love tannins.
Yeah.
Give me all the tannins.
I agree wholeheartedly with Tabby. I do. I actually really like this. This one is impressive to me. So on the nose, it's like spiced anise to me. It's really like the spiced fruits. Like if people were to bring out like, I imagine immediately like a big castle and they're bringing out the spiced fruits for dessert. And I really get like this anise and spices with, I agree, like some darker berries, but there's also a tartness to it and tannins to it that I would agree like an unripened berry to it. Wow. And it is to me, I agree with Andrew in as much as the mouth itself is not particularly mind-bending or anything like that, but I think a lot of that is because the tannins are pretty rich, and I think that this would actually pair really well with something. And
Other than goldfish.
Other than goldfish and chicken and biscuit crackers. Chicken and biscuits.
Although
the way to go.
Although with chicken and biscuits, it may actually be fine.
Actual chicken.
Actual chicken and biscuits. Pairing really well. I think just like red meat or like a steak or something like that would really help. There's something fatty.
Yeah.
Something fatty would help mellow out some of the tartness and tannins, and then would really help bring out some more of that berry flavor and whatnot. So I think just a straight 8. I bet you if we paired those with food, it'd be really, really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would totally buy this again.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I agree. This was an $11 bottle, by
Where'd
the way.
you get it?
I got it at a Target in Seattle, Washington.
Really?
Yeah. So I was up in Seattle, Washington for the Penny Arcade Expo, and I bought this, took it back to my hotel, and then realized I didn't have a bottle opener.
Oh, you know you can ask the front desk. They
They're
usually have
horrible,
one.
though.
Not at this.
We had this
Not at this
conversation.
hotel.
Oh.
This hotel. This is.
Was it like a motel?
Cheapest, no, it wasn't a motel. It was a hotel. But Hotel Seattle in Seattle, Washington,
had 3
is
stories.
the best value for feeling like you're gonna die. We were on the 7th floor, so 80 feet up.
Was this you and Fox?
Yeah, me and Fox.
Okay.
80 feet up, the windows had no screens.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And they were
What?
Yeah, and they were probably knee height for me, maybe thigh height for me.
What?
Yeah.
So you
Do
could just
not
like,
take your
boom.
children there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what it is. So for me,
Well,
if
not
we
that
were
like
to
a
trip,
screen would
we would hit
stop
the
you,
top of the window. But if there was a
Wait,
kid,
you could open the window?
oh yeah, you could absolutely open the windows.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I was going to say, well, most hotels don't have screens, but that's because you can't open the window.
Right. No, you could open the window, and
And there was nothing
And
there.
there was nothing there. And if there was a child, they could, like, if a child trips, they could 100% easily fall out of a 7th
Giving
floor
me a little bit of
window.
anxiety.
Quite the movement there.
Yeah. So yeah, Hotel Seattle, very cheap for downtown Seattle, middle of Seattle.
Yeah,
Just
right.
don't bring children there.
Right.
And the elevator.
And don't drink.
The elevator is
Yeah.
real nerve-wracking.
They saved your life. They didn't have a wine bottle opener, and
On purpose.
so you didn't drink alcohol.
And die.
That's good.
And then die.
That's
Okay.
what would have happened.
Thank you, Hotel Seattle.
You're welcome.
For being real cheap. But Andrew
I'm
owns
primary
Hotel
investor.
Seattle. Yeah, fun fact. No, but in their basement, they have a restaurant down there that's like a brunch restaurant, breakfast and brunch.
Basement?
And well, it's underneath the.
You've not really
Under the
sold
ground. No,
this.
okay, wait. It's like a dive. Like you walk in and you're like,
Yeah,
I
sounds
feel
like it.
uncomfortable. But it's $6.50 breakfasts and they're delicious and they're huge. They're like
Great.
Oh.
breakfasts.
Not like
And-
Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah, with coffee for free. And good coffee, big old plate, $6.50. Fox and I ate there every morning that we could, and it was well
I should
worth
have
it.
good coffee.
We like Hotel Seattle. Okay, I say yes to
Hotel Seattle sounds like a ritzy place.
Sounds like Hotel California.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
8 out of 10 to
Okay,
the
so-
Tall Dark Stranger.
Question. Okay, hold on. So now I feel guilty because I said, it's a little less than average.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Meanwhile, I know, but listen. Meanwhile, you're like, this is an exceptional wine, and for you, it transported you past the Civil War, past the Revolutionary War, through
I
the
said, like,
Renaissance,
into, like,
to
a-
the Middle
yeah, a
Ages.
castle.
Like,
Yeah.
what on earth?
What are you talking about?
I said that it's like being in a castle, and they
Oh.
brought out like spiced berries as like a
Okay.
meal after, like a dessert afterward. Yeah.
Like,
So
Anyway, so my question, because like I said, I don't think it's a bad wine, but my question is, on your ranking, is an 8 out of 10 for this the same as an 8 out of 10 when you're tasting like a
Hood River wine?
high
Hood
level,
River wine?
yeah,
No.
like really.
Well, okay.
Well,
yes and no. Yes. No, if you were to take a glass of that and a glass of this and just hand me them,
Right.
Yeah.
no. But if you were to say, by the way, this one's $11 a bottle and this
Yeah.
one's $50 a bottle,
I agree.
Yes.
Okay, so-
and so I take in price when I rate these. I do.
Okay.
Right.
See, that's okay.
Me too.
That's
Yeah.
helpful for me because to me, putting this at an 8 leaves very little room for what I think are exceptional wines
Right.
that I think probably actually occupy the 7 and up.
Well,
That is
You know
the
what I mean?
purpose of cheap wine club.
Well, I know, but so what I'm saying is I feel like my 6 on my ranking scale is pretty okay with your guys.
he's so concerned about his 6. He's so concerned about his 6.
And this
gonna
is the
not
only
want it.
time I've ranked lower than other
It's fine.
people.
It's fine because when the makers of Tall Dark Stranger are worried about who rated them a 6, Emily's just going to say that she did it. So.
You're a jerk, you are.
Okay.
If Emily, you're watching this, you can comment on what you would rank this. Not that you're tasting it.
So-
go get a bottle.
You come
and
on
then
over
let me know.
here to my house and we'll drink some.
We'll boot
Let
this
me
guy,
know.
and I'll be
then
the
it'll
mixed
be
gender in the
really
middle, and we can boot him.
What's that phrase for the
For the
record? Malbec in the sinuses does not feel so good.
You almost got it out your nose.
As a
I made him
saline
laugh.
rinse?
Nope, not good. All right.
Gets a 0.
In Andrew's defense, all of his tastes are probably muted right now. All 3 of us are getting over like a cold that just hit our town pretty big.
In Andrew's
A head cold.
defense, see,
Yeah.
you just said, like, I should feel bad for
No,
my
what you're
score.
saying
My
is that
score
you don't
is
feel
wrong.
like you're tasting what we're tasting, and so
Well, yeah, okay, I gotcha,
And
okay.
so I'm saying your taste buds
Alright.
are probably muted right
Okay,
now because you're
okay.
getting over an illness. But
That's true.
here's what I wanted to say to you guys.
Always
with
drink
what
wine
Andrew's
when you're
saying.
sick.
Yeah, it really helps. I'm not even going to get into that. We're already long on the episode, but
Yes.
it's okay. So, but wine is a subjective drink as much as like soda. If somebody's like, I prefer RC Cola, not Pepsi or Coke, that's fine. Like, it's okay. Your taste buds are different. Everybody's taste buds are different. If you taste a $100 bottle of wine, you're like, no, I don't like that. Dude, then don't drink it. If you taste that and you don't like it, and but you love a $3 bottle of Barefoot, dude, go buy that $3 bottle of Barefoot. Congratulations, you have to spend significantly less money than the person with the other taste buds. So Andrew is not a fan of this wine. That's fine. He's not wrong. That's his opinion.
You're right.
It's okay.
You're right. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
This is why I come to this group.
It's a self-help group now. Tabby and I, on the other hand, are big fans of the Tall Dark Stranger. So, yeah. Any parting thoughts, you guys?
I hope I can find this at our local.
Target is where I got it.
Oh, Target?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it at Target.
I
So,
wasn't listening at all.
yeah. Well,
I
guys,
believe Marcia is the wine buyer at Fred Meyer, our local Fred Meyer. I might ask her if they don't have it.
oh, wise.
Marsha. Sorry.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate you when you guys like, comment, and share. All of that stuff really helps us get going. If you guys ever want to, you can always like save the video, not watch it, and then go out and get a bottle of your own, and then come and taste it with us, and drink it with us, and enjoy it with us. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Leave your comments below on what you think about our conversation, on what you're like most afraid of getting in trouble was, and if you tasted the Tall Dark Stranger, what you thought of the Tall Dark Stranger. Thank you again for watching, guys. Remember, always save time for a glass.
Cheers!